I would like to state clearly that what the governor has said is the exact thing.
Okay, Director, if you have a copy of the video,
Yes, it is already set up
in the
It is
device.
played.
We cannot play until we have subjected it to the necessary process of verification.
You have a copy.
So what I'm giving you an opportunity we have,
Yes.
that's table. Our officers will work on it as we continue making the presentations for process of verification.
Yes.
So that if we are satisfied and meet the requirements, we shall allow you later to make reference to it.
Yeah, with your kind permission, I will want to briefly reformulate how we shall be submitting our submission. And in that regard, we are requesting that with our chairman, then the Matron, and we'll close with the director.
This company was formed in 1923 and registered under the name of Nakuru War Memorial Company Limited and has always remained the same as such. It is Nakuru War Memorial Company Limited and nothing else. The company was started contributions from
Maybe some guidance. You know, you make submissions based on the document you have submitted. So go to the document. So we are not taking in explanations.
If I may continue, the hospital, Nakuru War Memorial Hospital, was founded and established in the year 1921 and was founded by a group of white settlers with the intention of providing a hospital to take care of wounded soldiers after World War I. During the Second World War, it also served as a private institution and was a whites-only hospital.
Chairman, which document are you reading? You seem to be making reference to the letter by Patricia and Jerry Musade.
With your kind permission, the reason as to why we prefer to have the chairman speak in relation to the historical aspect of the hospital is in due regard to the fact that he is better placed to provide this house. Let me just say, better understanding of ownership of the said hospital before we move on.
You know, we don't have a problem, absolutely. But the procedure of the House is that we only make reference to the documents that you have submitted. If indeed you have some background that you wanted to give, it should be contained in the document and you read just as the governor read.
It is in that regard that we humbly request that then the Matron can proceed with the said
Matron?
Thank you, Chair. Patricia Msale, Hospital Matron. I'm a nurse by profession, and I'm responding to this document I received sometime in January, and I'll start.
Please use the mic, just move the mic a little bit. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Chair. And I'll start with the historic ownership of Nakuru Memorial Hospital. And the hospital, Nakuru Memorial, was founded and established in the year 1921. And it was founded by a group of white settlers with the intention of providing a hospital to take care of the wounded soldiers after the First World War. During the Second World War, the hospital served for the same purpose as a private institution, and by then it was a white-only hospital. All this while, you will note that it was not an initiative of the British colonizers, and just like properties belonging to the rights of Daramea was privately owned by individuals who came up with a state vision. However, over the years, the hospital opened its doors to the community, regardless of the color, race, religion, social status, or class. The hospital was and is still run by a board of management who oversee the running of the hospital by holding board meetings either on monthly basis or when necessary. The day-to-day running of the hospital is done through the hospital matron, who has served the hospital for the last 20 years as a senior nursing officer and 11 years as a matron at the facility, assisted by a team of staff. The hospital starts out in providing high quality, efficient, safe, accessible healthcare services, and we can proudly boast of the best nursing care in Nakuru and its environs, which is attributed to skills, experience, job satisfaction, sense of belonging. That is, we have that ownership, we have that feeling of ownership. We own the hospital, and that has kept our staff very professional and very good working environment, and also the remuneration is up to standard. The services offered include, but not limited to, we offer 24-hour services, that is diagnostic unit, whereby we have the X-ray, we have the ultrasound, we have the CT scan, and we have echo. Chair, if you allow me to elaborate on the 24-hour diagnostic services.
Please, just read what is in the document.
Okay. So
we shall have opportunity when members raise issues for you to clarify.
Thank you. We have the 24-hour outpatient services attending to over 100 patients daily, 24-hour laboratory services. We have 24-hour pharmacy that stocks original, life-saving drugs and consumables, 2 fully functioning operating theaters with modern equipment which caters for complex surgeries. We have comprehensive care clinic for TB and HIV, which offer free services to over 200 patients from all over the country that enjoy the quality services, privacy, confidentiality, considering they are from different social status. We also have fully equipped 3-bed capacity ICU and HDU. We have dialysis services to over 60 patients battling kidney-related complications. We have maternal services, which include antenatal, postnatal, CWC, whereby we have TEPI and baby-friendly vaccines. We also have well-equipped newborn unit, which boasts of good outcome of premature babies and those that require special care. We also have a female home. Please note that the hospital is a private limited company, limited by guarantee, and the directors, who are also board members, own no shares. Item 2.
Just a minute. Are there any attachments?
Thank you, Chair. I was supposed to attach the CR12, but the hospital has been inaccessible. I've not been able to access the hospital from 23rd of January. So as per yesterday, I made effort so that I can get a copy of C12, but I was told I have to get permission from the county. So I was not able. That's why I'm sorry I don't have that.
Proceed.
The C12. Item 2, the large Nakuru.
Sorry, just follow up on that question by the chair. What about the CR12 that has been attached by the governor?
Okay.
What's your comment on those?
Senator Mungene, I have given direction that we allow them make the presentation, thus reserve your comments and questions, so that we also don't distort the flow of their presentation. We can then ask those questions when we finish. Proceed.
Thank you. The lab Nakuru Municipality, Block 11, Stroke 107. Nakuru Municipality, Block 11, Stroke 107, where the hospital is built, measures approximately 25 acres and is located at State House Road, Milimani Estate, Nakuru. The title of this is issued by National Government of Kenya and was recently renewed for another 50 years in favor of the hospital. Around 1972, the sitting president, Mr. Jomo Kenyatta, after visiting Nakuru and following several requests from the residents of Nakuru, stood in the middle of the hospital and stated to offer the residents of Nakuru same services as that of Nakuru Memorial Hospital. That part of it shall be extension of Nakuru PGH, which is now referred to as Nakuru PGH Annex. No documentation was done to that effect, nor decree made to that effect that the hospital belongs to the government of Kenya, thus still maintain its private stature as an institution. Initial lease was 99 years from 1922, which expired in 2021 and was renewed for a further 20 years. Item number 3, timing, duration, reason cited by the county government of Nakuru for eviction. The first attack took place on 27th October 2023 at about 7:30 p.m. The second attack took place on 23rd of January 2024 at about 2:40 a.m. That's towards morning. And both attacks happened at night, and no reasons were given for eviction or for the malicious takeover. They were both messy and chaotic raids. Actually, they were raids. We have even attached statements from some of our colleagues who witnessed the bizarre audio. Please note, in both attacks, there was no prior notice. The hospital management, primary doctors, patients, and their relatives. Maybe you can see the attachments I've done, just a few on our start. You allow me to share. From my colleagues, I just took some screenshots.
Chair, we want to object to the presentation of screenshots because they have not been authenticated. We don't know who they are from or what they are purporting to.
I have, Governor, hold the horses. I have given directions that our team is verified. And you have been a senator, you understand the process. So hold your horses. Proceed.
Thank you, Chair. So if we go to the first screenshot, that is at the back page. Okay, this one was, okay, the person who has done it, they got to the reception, that's what she has written. They got to the reception.
Just a minute, which document are you referring to?
The back one, written by Eva, somebody Eva.
You know, the problem with the document is not paginated, so we cannot even. Is it the one that of Neil in the road?
Yeah, we can see that one of Neil in the road.
Point of order, Chair.
Senator Chimera, I'm sorry to take you back.
Mary Joroge, we can just read the one.
Just hold on. Senator Chimera,
Sorry to take you back. I'm just so concerned about what the governor has raised as an objection.
insofar as the production of the screenshots is concerned. Your direction is that is it us who is verifying the authenticity of these screenshots? Just for my clarity check.
Yes, there is normally the usual process. The Secretariat and our team know they are normally subjected to verification.
That has been done.
It's ongoing.
Being an advocate,
we have made a ruling.
Being an advocate, I am also concerned from the objection that the governor has raised on standard practice anywhere.
Yes, just a minute.
Chair, I'm just
made a ruling
whether we are able to really verify.
We made a ruling that we cannot make reference, you cannot take us to those screenshots.
Okay.
Because we have just submitted the video for verification, and we have said once the verification process is done, if completed at this session, we shall allow you to now make reference and even play the videos which have been verified.
Thank you, Chair.
So just proceed with the document you're reading, excluding a screenshot on the video.
Thank you, Chair. So we go to item number 4. Harassment directed to the hospital management, staff, patients during the illegal eviction. In both incidences, indicated as above, the staff on strict orders and threat from the county authorities were removed from their working area and bundled together as if arrested to one corner. There were threats, fumble, to staff if they did not cooperate, which led to some physically assaulted in the process. In the first incident, that is 27th of October 2023, the staff were chased out of the hospital past 11 p.m. and directed to go home on their own and were not allowed to pick their personal belongings despite the security list at that hour. They were not provided any transport or any means of getting home. The chairman, board of management, was told off in front of everyone by one of the county personnel during the attack. In fact, one of the directors, Dr. Mwangi Watene, received several threat messages on his phone. During the second attack, the hospital matron received a threatening call and the text messages, which are also attached a document as evidence, and I had even an audio if I will get a chance to present that. So the other thing is about the patient's harassment. Patients were not given any right to make a choice or had very limited choice. They were physically denied essential items like food, drugs, oxygen, and care, plus other things. Their privacy and dignity were invaded. Patients were given only 3 options. And this was real. It was 3 options, and the options were given by medical doctors known to me. And the first option was to go home. They were told either you can go home and you don't have a bill. Number 2, you can go to any other hospital of choice with no means provided. Number 3, the third choice was to go to Annex Hospital. During the first attack, we had a total of 22 patients. Among them were mothers who had undergone cesarean section and over 5 patients who had undergone major surgeries the same day. Among patients, we had a premature baby and a baby who had just been discharged from ICU and was on close monitoring in newborn unit. The baby was on oxygen therapy. During the second attack, we had a total of 17 patients. Among them were 2 mothers who had just had a cesarean section, a premature precious baby, 1 patient in ICU, 1 patient in HDU, We also had very critical patients who were on close monitoring. Some patients who were on oxygen opted to go home without oxygen support out of anger and frustration. There was total disruption of care and treatment. Patients were subjected to pain and discomfort as the eviction was done in haste, and the attackers had no history of the patients. They didn't know anything about the patients. Patients who are supposed to maintain certain positions as per their care were made to sit on wheelchairs. Post-op patients, that is post-operative patients who had major surgery patients, were put on wheelchairs. Patients who were being managed for deep venous thrombosis were discharged, that is, they were released to go home, they were made to walk, not considering the threat that was there to their life if the clot moved to the lungs. The patients could not access lab results or other diagnostic results which they were waiting for. Mothers were separated from their newborn babies, and one could hear mothers screaming for their babies. It was really chaotic. Patients who were waiting in outpatient for services were left unattended, and no triage was done. Some were left with pending diagnostic reports or treatment. The patients just left with no diagnosis, with no treatment. Some had been seen but had not received treatment, so they just left, and nobody did a follow-up. Patients who were in the process of admission were also left abandoned. Patients who were booked for procedures, for example, we had 16 dialysis patients who were booked for the following day, and 6 surgical cases which had been booked were left without a choice. No alternatives were made. Patients were not given a chance to contact their primary doctors or even relatives. By the end of the 2 attacks, 6 lives had been lost, which could have been a result of disruption of care. Item 5, destruction of property and equipment. During the first attack, a number of items were stolen, including computers, electric appliances, stethoscopes, oxygen cylinders, foodstuffs, linen, and many other items. And matter reported to police. Part of CCTV cameras were destroyed, and also the signage. Refrigerated drugs could not be used as they were out. They were not monitored for over 11 days when they were out. Laboratory reagents, which were usually kept in fridge, were also discarded. During the second attack, no assessment was done as the hospital has remained closed from 23rd of January up to date. All the same, following the prolonged closure of the hospital, most of the machines are likely to be out of order as they are required to be kept at certain conditions. We had outsourced over 10 pints of blood used in the fridge, which I already have expired. We are likely to incur losses of refrigerated laboratory reagents which are not monitored, and some are already expired, which are worth millions Kenya shillings. In diagnostic unit, we have 6 machines, which include 32 slide CT Siemens machine worth approximately 48 million, whose functionality is questionable due to prolonged duration of not being used. In pharmacy, we had drugs worth 50 million, among them vaccines, thrombolytics, antibiotics that require refrigeration, and daily monitoring of temperature to ensure potency. These drugs are also at risk of expiry, contamination from dust, rodents, pests, and poor filtration. As per the hospital policy, the pharmacy stock original drugs, life-saving drugs, consumables which are costly but always available, thanks to friendly procurement procedures of War Memorial. Item 6, disruption of essential services and patient care during the eviction process. The process was barbaric. No prior notice or arrangement were made. The raiders had no knowledge of the hospital realm. During the first attack, which took place at 7:30 p.m., handing over report was ongoing between afternoon shift and night shift. Most of the staff, I was there, I witnessed. Well, what I'm saying here is something I saw with my own eyes. It's not, nobody has written this document for me. It's a document I can even read, I can say without reading. So during the first attack, which took place at 7:30 p.m., handing over report was ongoing between afternoon and night shift in the staff. Most of patients had not taken supper as they preferred to have it at around 8 p.m. So they totally missed that supper. Scheduled treatment, nursing care procedures were all disrupted and denied. Patients who required urgent reviews by their physicians regarding diagnostic reports were denied that chance. Lab tests were abandoned on the table. X-rays that were going on were also abandoned. And it's also important to note that from 20th to 23rd of January 2024, there was restriction of patients accessing Nakuru War Memorial by county askaris from the main entrance. So patients' privacy, confidentiality, dignity, and right to quality health care were totally abused. Item number 7, advance notice. There was no prior notice given, verbal or written to the hospital management by the county government. The hospital management were kept off during the patient evacuation and were not allowed to participate in any way. The patients and their relatives who were allowed were totally inconvenienced. Number 8, current hospital status. The hospital is currently not operational. It's still not at the War Memorial. It is at the Nakuru County. You will note that during the second attack and the eviction, there was a pending court order barring the county government accessing the hospital, and despite their bad fault, they still attacked us to our utter dismay and shock. We didn't expect the second attack. The presence of goons planted by the political elite against whom we have filed contempt proceedings has made it a no-go zone, posing a security risk to both staff and patients. On 22nd of February 2024, a body lying at the funeral home went missing, and the same was reported to the police at Kapkembwa, and I have indicated the OB number, that is 18/23/2/2024. Apparently, the mortuary had been locked, and the keys are at the hospital custody, which raised questions as to how they entered the mortuary. Attempts by Kapkembwa police officers to gain entry and to investigate if there were breakages were denied, and they were informed that permission can only be granted by Dr. Mwaura, County Secretary, clearly giving notice to the effect that county government is still in control of the hospital despite the court order. A perimeter wall has been erected, has been put up on the land of the hospital. Several trees that belong to the hospital have been cut down, and from far we can see that 2 hospital staff houses, bungalows, have been vandalized, and the doors, the windows, the grills have been removed, and they just look like empty shells. And several vital patients' documents are still lying in the Matron's office. This includes B1 and B1. So they are yet to be processed, 35 months down the line. However, we are not able to do a proper assessment of the hospital since there is no access. So current and future employment status of the health workers affected. There are over 260 staff workers inclusive of 5 licensed medical doctors, remain at home with no jobs, following the sudden disruption of services. In addition, over 1,000 beneficiaries have been affected, who earn their livelihood indirectly from Nakuru Memorial Hospital. Processing staff salaries, paying service providers, and even processing KRA have been impossible due to inaccessibility of the facility. All those affected are hopeful that the closure will be short-lived. The county government has not provided to date any evidence to establish the ownership and the rightful occupation of the hospital, and have only filed criminal charges against the directors, which are yet to be determined by courts, which we humbly await the outcome. That's my submission. Thank you, Chair. Thank you all.
Thank you, Chair. Maybe just perhaps before I ask my question, I just want to confirm with Nakuru Memorial Hospital whether this is the only document you want to submit before the Senate.
It's another document, sir. Yeah.
That's the only document. And another one. Oh. Okay. Two issues. Oh, okay.
There is another document.
It's another document. I was to talk about
it. Is this one an extra, or there is supposed to be presented by somebody else?
Presented by me, one of the directors.
Your presentation is not over?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet over.
Okay.
Yeah,
Continue.
Okay, thank you.